The Haunted Forest by Lulu Hailstrom. The light was fading fast on a crisp autumn evening at the end of October. A merry crowd of Halloween makers were gathered around the flames of the barbecue fire, getting ready to cook the treats after the evening walk through the spooky forest. The warm glow of the fire lit up the electric mists of ghostly ghouls, swathed in white, wicked witches and werewolves, all guessing who was who behind their masks, laughing and chatting excitedly in anticipation of their trail through the spooky forest which lay before them. As dusk fell, the beautiful golden ambers of the maple leaves began to dim and fade into inky black as they rustled in the wind which had started to pick up. Onwards and upwards! Let's gather our broomsticks and head for the spooky trail, shrieked the Wicked Witch of the West, in brackets, Charlie's mum. The group hurried towards the pathway, littered with autumn leaves, and they scrambled over the first log like ants. They moved towards the herd of the forest at varying speed, eagerly making their way to find the treats hidden in the forest. "Oh no!" wailed Jimmy. "I've forgotten my torch!" Dudley, Jimmy's best friend, responded immediately. "Don't worry, you can borrow mine. I have a little one in my pocket." "No, we have to get my torch. It's the screaming one with all the cool noises," stated Jimmy, matter-of-factly. At that precise moment, Coco lurched away from Jimmy and attempted to follow a rabbit he had spotted in his burrow. He pulled Jimmy down the bank head over heels in a cartwheel, and when Jimmy finally landed at the bottom of the bank, Dudley could just make out the humped figure on the ground. "Are you okay?" Dudley shouted down to Jimmy in a concerned voice. "My head throbs and my ankle is killing me," cried Jimmy out in a quivering voice. "This stupid Death Eater costume tripped me and I just kept falling as I couldn't see a thing." "Don't worry," stated Dudley in a calm, rather adult tone. "I'll run and get Mum and I'll be back in 2 shakes of a lamb's tail." "Is Coco down there with you?" Jimmy couldn't see her, but he promised to keep calling for her as she's never roamed too far. Dudley turned to leave, and the sudden became icy cold, and an Antarctic wind pushed the stroller off his back. Dudley was very pleased with his choice of outfit, as a furry werewolf costume was keeping him toasty warm. It was difficult to make out anything now that the darkness had fallen like black curtains, as Dudley shrugged tentatively back to the clearing of the icy prickles down his back. He had a feeling that he was being watched. A chill passed down his spine, as then he heard a crack of twigs directly behind him, and there was a snuffling sound like an animal somewhere in his right, not far away. "Coco, is that you?" Dudley called out in a shrill voice. Nothing but silence was the reply from the dark, ominous forest. He suddenly heard a distinctive growl closer than That's not Coco, thought Dudley to himself worriedly. He saw a flash of red eyes burning coal from behind a tree. In a blind panic, Dudley started to run. His breath was caught in his throat and his heart pounded against his chest. like a drum. In haste to escape from the purser, Dudley tripped and fell over a vine which was poking out of the rough ground. He landed heavily with an oomph on the floor, his breath knocked out of him. Out of the corner of his eye, he saw a grey, huge, muscular beast hurling towards him with a rate of knots. "Oh my gosh," thought Dudley. "It's a werewolf!" That's it mean to haunt this forest. Is it really? I'm done for. The creature landed heavily on Dudley. He could feel the hot breath of his neck, and the putrid, meaty smell filled his nostrils. Dudley wiggled like a feral worm in a desperate attempt to escape. His eyes tight shut, waiting for the grateful fangs to sink into his neck. "Gotcha!" said a familiar voice. Dudley sighed with relief and said, "Dad, you nearly scared me half to death." The end. Stay for more stories.